All right, a lemon is launched upward at 28 meters per second. It goes up, and on the way down, it strikes the top of a light tower. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. With what velocity does it strike the light tower? What is its displacement 4.15 seconds after it's launched? Okay, so let's draw a little picture of this thing. Goes up. Right, here's a light tower here. Got to draw the lights. That's the most important part, right? Okay, so 35.2 meters is this elevation here. Right. With what velocity does it strike the light tower? Okay, so let's do this one first. We're going to have to do two different suvats, right? So with what velocity does it strike the light tower? Let's go from the ground to the tower, right? Okay. The initial velocity is 28, so that's not so hard. The acceleration's negative 9.81. Let's see. The displacement is actually that it goes up and then it comes down. So the net change in position is actually that 35.2 meters. It's not the distance, okay? Notice it goes a greater distance, right? But it's actually the change in position from here to here is our 35.2, right? Okay, so let's see. And then we want to know with what velocity does it strike the light tower, okay? So I think what we could do is use no t. Okay, we've got to be careful because it's going down. We want to use the negative meaning of it, right? Let's try it. So v squared is u squared plus 2as, right? Okay, so let's see. V, the absolute value of v is the square root of 28 squared plus 2 times negative 9.81 times 35.2. Okay, so let's see what this is. Let's go square root of 28 squared plus 2 times negative 9.81 times 35.2. That's 9.66. The absolute value of V is 9.6631 meters per second. Now, that means it can be either positive 9.66 or negative. Now, the positive is when it passes this elevation, right? On the way up, it's got a positive velocity, right? The lemon, I'm trying to draw a picture of the lemon here, right? It passes it with a positive velocity, and when it strikes the tower, okay, when it strikes the tower, it's got the negative velocity. So negative 9.66 meters per second is the negative velocity. And if I wanted to find the time to when it hits that tower, right, I would just use v equals u plus at. So some of the assessments ask that for the time, right? And then I would just set this up like this, right? I'd say negative 9.6631 equals 28 plus negative 9.81 times t, right? And then I just solve for t. This one doesn't ask for that, okay? Now let's do this guy here, the displacement, right? I'm gonna have to erase, so let's erase. We're solving this guy now, the displacement 4.15 seconds. That's clearly our time. You never have to think about what the acceleration is, right? Let's see. Oh, the initial velocity is still 28, right? Okay. And then we want to know S, and we want to use one that doesn't require us to know V, and we happen to have one, right? Okay, so S is equal to 28 times 4.15, right? Plus 1/2 negative 9.81 times 4.15 squared. So let's try that. Let's see. 28 times 4.15 plus 0.5 times negative 9.81 times 4.15 squared. Don't forget to square the t. 31.7. I get 31.72 meters, but with 3 sig figs, that would be the right answer. Go team.